Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. We have an amazing show today. We got our rapid fire trailer breakdown. Bang, bang. We also have nerd news of the week. We watched some things on the list and we added a few things on the list. We end our show with our world famous double feature. Let's start the show. I'm Francisco, and I'm here with self-proclaimed Grand Wizard, Dungeons and Dragons, Andres.
That could have gone in some other places. Some fucking dudes that like to wear sheets. I was like, wait a second. Yeah. Where is this going?
Yeah. I was going to be nice. I was like, you should see my pad as a bunch of scribbles. I'm like, nah.
All right. Well, we do have Dungeons and Dragons on the docket today, but how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. It's been a crazy week. I'm excited. Lots to talk about. And yeah.
Same thing. I'm excited. I'm in a rare good mood because I just had chorizo tacos for lunch and I'm like, yeah. Dude,
chorizo tacos.
I'm raring to go, man. I'm raring to go.
Sounds good, man. Chorizo is the business.
It is. All
right. Before we start, I just want to do a quick rest in peace to Mr. Jim Brown. He's at one point he was the leading NFL rusher back in the 50s and 60s. I remember when I was younger, I used to watch NFL films, and so that's why I would watch all these old highlights. And I just remember him. He stood out, man. He was a wrecking machine, dude. Like he would just run over people. He just seemed like bigger, stronger, faster than anybody else on the field. He never ran out of bounds. He would, like, if he was going to start veering off to the sideline, he would cut back the other way and try to hit somebody. It was, and then, man, it was so impressive, and he was amazing to watch. So, so yeah, rest in peace, Mr. Jim Brown. Do you have any relationship to him, or you were watching any of his highlights?
I watched some of the highlights a long time ago. I know he was in a bunch of films too. He did some TV stuff, but he was like in The Running Man, which is crazy. And I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, which is awesome. That film, totally.
Remember he used to complain about his corns on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Was it corns or bunions? I don't remember.
Bunions, yeah.
Oh, bunions. Man, that movie was something else. Yeah, for sure. Jim Brown.
All right, moving on. We got trailers, rapid fire, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, we're actually gonna be rapid fire this time. We keep saying that, and then we fucking like.
I think we're just gonna call it, whether it's rapid fire or not. I think I just like saying rapid fire, bang, bang.
We're just gonna change the definition of rapid fire. All right.
Yeah.
All right. First one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go.
First one, long awaited.
And we still got a ways to go.
Mr. Scorsese.
Still got a ways to go.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes. Leonardo DiCaprio.
All right. Go for it.
I'm excited for Scorsese and DiCaprio.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
I was so tempted to not to, but I'm glad I watched it because I had kind of some preconceived notions, and this kind of changed some of those preconceived notions. And I'm like, this is going to be like a full-on crime movie. And
yeah.
I'm curious how it all works together. So here we go. Scorsese and DiCaprio. I thought this shit was going to be on Apple Plus, and then it said in theaters in like September, October or something. So,
and then a month later,
is that what it is?
They're doing like a theatrical release window, and then it's going to go to Apple Plus.
Got it. All right, that's cool. Definitely looking forward to it. And yourself, what were your impressions of the trailer?
Well, when I watched the trailer, and first I was like, I have read zero things about this movie because, like you, I didn't know what to expect. But I'm like, oh, this is a period piece? Okay. And then, it looked amazing. Other than that, everything else, I'm like, this is a Martin Scorsese film, so I'm just holding on to the calendar crossing a day to go by so I can get to watch it.
And I keep hearing it's going to be like 3.5 hours or 4 hours. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed yet.
Yeah. Might have to go to the movies and get a Red Bull or something. I don't know, man. 3.5 hours. That's a long time,
take a blanket
sir.
for a nap at some point. But yeah, I mean, it looks like they spent some money, and it looks like you're going to be living in that world for the duration of the film.
It looks rich, textured.
And DiCaprio's accent's like, someone's trying to win another Oscar. We'll see.
But about time we got something to look at, so I'm excited about that. So that was good.
I was happy to see Brendan Fraser kind of just a little bit here, like little sprinkled in here and there. I'm like, oh shit, all right.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, man. Moving on, we got a sequel to a pretty big hit on Netflix, Extraction 2, starring Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
This is like visual testosterone, right? Like you look at it, you're like, fuck yeah,
dude,
and you just want to like, that's pretty badass shit.
It's like an exercise in like stunt work choreography. That's like what this film strikes me as. Like it's not like it's not going to be a writing exercise. It's one of those films you could probably make without a writer.
Yeah,
you can just write it on the back of a napkin. I mean, you have to have some kind of an idea, but
it
is like an exercise in stunts in action. That's pretty much. And have you heard about the oneer in this film? Apparently there is, well, quote unquote oneer, a one single shot where his camera just does not break the edit, which of course it does, but it's all hidden and it looks all smooth.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like a 20-minute oneer shot from him like in prison and breaking out of prison and like jumping on a helicopter. You know what I mean? It's going to be like insane. So be on the lookout for that one, folks, when you watch this film.
Yeah. I love when those are done correctly, because by the end you're like, you catch your breath, because you've been just at the edge of the seat, because you're like, oh man, nothing's cutting away. And that also like goes to show the quality of the filmmaker too, because when you watch an action film and it's like quick cut, you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, can we just like show the action?
Like, what am I
just
watching?
Posing people? Like, it's like you're cheating and stuff.
Yes, lots of cheating. But this does not look like they're cheating. Like they put in the work. And the director, again, he is a former second unit action director / choreographer for the Russo brothers. He liked the Captain America stuff where the action was awesome and clean. You knew what was going on. So now he's directing this whole damn thing. June 16th, really soon. That's like
super soon.
It's like 3 or 4 weeks away on Netflix. I turned the trailer off halfway through because I'm like, I'm good. I'm sold. Like, I'm good. I just wanted to see like just a taste. But here we go.
Just a taste.
I have a feeling I'm gonna watch this more than once. All right, what else we got?
All right. At least cue up the action sequences. Next up, we got a small film, a sequel, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Because he doesn't know how to do small shit anymore. It's got to be big and it's got to have parts. This is Part 1. Mr. Tom Cruise is back. Ethan,
I have to say, what do you think, man? I clicked on it. I watched I just wanted to get to the part where they played the theme music. That's all I wanted. And they got to it about maybe 15, 20 seconds in. And I'm like, I'm good. Click off. I think I already saw too much. And I think I saw 1 or 2 things that kind of like spoiled 1 or 2 things for characters for me. And I was like, what? Again, why the fuck did I click it? I knew. I'm a little disappointed in myself for actually clicking it and watching it. But nothing else to say. This is the top of my list for the longest time.
Yeah.
This thing's been in production for like 3 or 4 years now because of the COVID shutdowns and like the craziness and the fact that they're shooting 2 films at the same time, the long extra post-production because it's probably insanity. Hurry up and get here. July 28th.
Yeah. 2 things that I wanted to see in the trailer that always gets me pumped is seeing Tom Cruise fucking run. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is the best runner on film of all time.
Yeah.
And so I got to see him run. Another thing is like, is there a car chase? And yes, there is. And it's a trailer, so it's fair game. So don't start crying. But it's like it's not your typical vehicle that he would drive. So that was pretty cool. I'm excited for that. So yeah, man. I hope it's good because, man, Fallout, one of the greatest of all time.
There's no way it's going to be any less than pretty damn good. I mean, yeah, if you don't, they had time.
But Fallout is such a high bar.
Dude, we watched Fallout like 2 weeks ago, I think, too. I was like, so I just wanted to throw
it's amazing.
Yeah, because I got the Blu-ray anytime. I just, that movie. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I just can't see this being that much less. Even if it's just equal to, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah.
Damn it, take my money. Top of the list. All right, what else we got?
Okay, next up, Gareth Edwards.
Yeah.
And sci-fi, a small sci-fi film.
Yeah.
That really looks huge. The Creator.
Yeah.
Looks fucking crazy.
Dude, I clicked off halfway through. I'm like, I don't want to know anymore. I'm in. I'm fucking in. Like visually, it looks fantastic. The idea, the designs, everything was like high concept, crazy. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be.
And I'm super excited. John David Washington's in it.
Yeah, this is gonna be some sci-fi shit right here. Yeah, the cast looks great. Yeah. I'm like, dude, this film wasn't even really on the radar of the list, and all of a sudden,
I know.
And the director, his Godzilla film was, I think, underrated. And his film before that, I think, was Monsters. I think it was called. Also underrated. If people haven't seen that. Mm-hmm. He had a little issue with the whole Rogue One thing, like directing it, but then it being taken away because that's what they do. So I don't know. But this is his bounce back film, and it looks fantastic. Top, also pretty high on the list, and it's a sci-fi. So hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm with you, man. I'm like the trailer kept rolling, and I'm like, what? Oh, shit. Oh. I just kept going like that the whole time.
I think they gave too much in the trailer, man. I mean, I understand it, but I think it was like a little bit much. Like if you would have done half of that, I would have been super in, and then watching it, I would have been super surprised. And there, I think they gave too much away. But when you watch the film, you let me know because I didn't watch the trailer.
Yeah, well, I think sometimes when you don't have existing IP or you don't have like a existing fan base, sometimes you have to like, here's a little taste.
That not just that.
I got the good shit. Yeah. This is the real good shit right here.
They want to give you a taste because they spent some money on this thing. Like they want the asses.
You can tell too.
Yeah.
This ain't no Bird Box Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? Like they spent some moolah.
Yeah. It looks like
no shade to Bird Box Barcelona. I just haven't seen it, but
it's a different piece.
They spent some money on this.
They create a whole world in this movie, and I'm in. All right, man.
All right.
What you got next?
I'm bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
And I'll start because like I was really skeptical because we saw like a teaser trailer and it looked like trash.
I didn't think it looked like trash. Like, go ahead.
All right. And then this one, I was like, okay, I'll watch it. It changed my mind about it. That's for sure. At first I was like, no thanks, because I thought Disney can, when they put their might behind it, they can make good movies. They make the first Pirates was great, So, I wanted to be in that level. That's my expectation when Disney does one of these movies about the rides,
and you get like
okay, think about it and then put it together and make it right. And I like the cast, man. I'm excited about the whole premise and stuff, and it looked good, man. So everybody's funny, and so I'm good. I'm excited. I'm back in.
I thought the first trailer was like 10 times better than I expected. I was expecting not great.
And you were expecting worse.
Oh yeah, way worse in the first trailer and the teaser. And I was like, damn, I'm open to the idea of checking this out now. And then they released this trailer. I'm like, shit. I think this, if it's good, this can go into rotation around Halloweenish time. Like it looks like a lot of fun. Like I think they nailed the tone and the humor and the designs, and there's so many cool things like of like the Haunted Mansion stretchy walls and like the hat ghost guy and that part where the dude's drawing them, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking hilarious. I mean, there was some funny, legit, like good shit in this trailer. I'm like, damn. So yeah, definitely I'm in. I don't know. Might be more of a matinee still, but I think it looks like this film looks way better than it should be. Like, so kudos to everyone who worked on it. Good job.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's the last trailer. Cool question for you. Did the trailers deliver this week?
Yeah, dude, this was a fucking home run week of trailers. Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah,
I think agree. Every single one of these I would want to watch. I'm not sure. I mean, it would be tough to figure out which order. I mean, Mission Impossible #1, but then super curious about the Martin Scorsese thing. But then I want the action of Extraction too, and then the sci-fi mind-bendingness of fucking the creator. Yeah. I don't know, man, and the fun. Those are. What do you think? What was your? Are you pretty?
I think I think I would go with the Scorsese first.
Okay.
Just because I think that one's gonna be like the serious film, and everything else is just like eye candy.
Yeah.
You know, like blowing shit up.
But I think
punching people.
With the thrills, like oh shit, like the whole thing on the cliff with the bike. I'm like, oh nope.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's gonna get me. Yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah.
So yeah, that was good, man.
Thank you, trailer gods, for giving us some fucking cool trailers this week to talk about.
Yeah. We didn't have to dig up what was that one that we didn't know what the fuck was going on last week?
Oh yeah. The guy from The Lobster. It was called I don't know what it's called.
Nobody something.
Something. I don't know. It looked weird.
Poor things, bad things,
poor things. Poor things. Yeah. I don't still want to watch it. It looks weird. But all right.
Shall we move on?
What we got?
News and tidbits. Got the bits of the news.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
All right.
First, we got Disney trying to emulate some HBO Max editing or cutting some tax cuts, removing some shows from the services.
Dude, I think I read that they're moving like 30 or 40 shows.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking
nuts.
There's two parts to this. I think number one, I still don't understand why. I think the only thing I could think of is they have to pay certain producers or whoever's involved with these shows royalties. Like every time like they have them on for X amount of months, you have to pay X amount of dollars, and they're like, it's not worth it. Like I don't think they ran out of hard drive space like on their servers. I don't think, you know what I mean, like screen space. That shit's infinite. I don't understand why. And like the craziest one is Willow, even though neither of us were fans of it. People out there probably like it, and you're taking away like a brand new IP. So I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind it. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, what I read from it was that it's some sort of tax break, and they're trying to generate 1.8 billion worth of content that adds up to that.
So they're trying to I guess the thing is they're trying to take those as losses. So if they take them off of there, it's like, well, we didn't make any money on these. Huh.
But some of these they're renting out to Tubi and these other small apps where they stream there. Because HBO has done that.
Okay.
But HBO had to do 5.5. And Disney's only doing 1.8, just to give you like because remember, famously they just didn't show anybody what was it?
Harry Potter on HBO for a while.
No, that one movie that didn't get released.
Oh, about the Batwoman?
The Batgirl, yeah. Batwoman, Batgirl. Yeah, so they just ate it. Yeah. Nobody's ever going to see that.
Those levels of businesses, they're beyond.
Yeah, and then for the Willow, I mean, like, part of me is like, hide that shit. Fucking. Nobody wants to see it.
Burn the servers.
Yeah.
Woo, that was a rough one. But yeah, it's trippy that they're getting tons of stuff. They're all going away. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Next up, some reviews for Indiana Jones have started to come out.
Yeah, they screened it at the Cannes Festival.
Yeah.
And I think they lifted an embargo, so people are starting to talk about it. I didn't really read too much. What have you read, sir?
It's mixed, to say the least. And not mixed trending up. You know what I'm saying? It's mixed trending down, And unfortunately, it kind of like it's gonna fall into whatever. Like for me, I'm like, he's old. How are they gonna do that? I'm like, well, that's the problem with the film, right? They're trying to do something with a young person would do when with the old person, and it's like it doesn't work. So that's some of the issue with it, and just the runtime and the story seems a little flimsy.
I've heard some of the de-aging doesn't work as well. They gotta like use that shit sparingly, and maybe don't do it like in the middle of daytime. Like do that shit at night in a dark hallway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm still looking forward to it because James Marvel directed it, and he's pretty great. Track record. So
Yeah.
I'm in regardless. I'm super curious. Also,
how fast are you gonna check it out? Like, what's the level of urgency that you say, like, I gotta check this out?
Mid level. I think there's other things I'd rather watch first because I mean, God, that last indie that they did, that just
did we watch that one together?
No,
the last one.
No, thank goodness. I remember when with Christina, and I remember walking out of the lobby, and I ran into a coworker just totally randomly. And you're like, oh, what are you guys watching? And he's like this. And he said, what are you guys watching? I'm like, oh, watch that. And everyone was like, oh, because they already knew. And they're just, I'm like, man, Crystal Skull, let us down.
Yeah.
That was like the ultimate, like, head scratching. Like, is this the same? This is the same team.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
The first scene in that one, though, is like, oh my God, when he's like, running in the warehouse. I'm like, oh, dude.
Not just that, but that small town, that whole thing. There's so many sequences that are like the jungle thing where they're like swinging from vines and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think they learned a little bit of a lesson from that, but we'll find out soon enough. June 30th it comes out, which is pretty soon too.
Yeah.
All right.
That goes to what I think about. There's some good bad movies.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
And like for me, like I don't know, like if I had to pick the best good bad movie, my best good bad movie would be The Dark Knight Rises. Because it's bad. It's
Interesting.
bad.
It's not good. I mean, but for me, I think
it's got some cool shit in it too.
Yeah, it has like there's like a 30-40 minute cool film in there somewhere. The film is just 3 hours long. You're like, oh my God. If you chop,
calm down, 30-40 minutes, bro. Come on. It's got more than 30-40 minutes. I mean, you can take 30-40 minutes away from it.
Okay, if you do that, that would probably help also. I mean, dude, the fact that it's Batman doesn't show up for like the first hour, you have to wait like, and he's just like, I'm like, oh,
but you get to see Catwoman.
Yeah, but
Catwoman things.
A little bit.
And you see Bane in the beginning.
Yeah, but his version of Bane is kind of not that awesome. It was kind of like something.
There you go.
I don't know, man. He has his moments here and there, but I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't want to talk about it any further.
It's a good thing that I can't reach you right now through the screen.
I would spit in your face.
I will hurt you.
All right, moving past that shit. This is a fun one.
All right.
Take this one away. Do you know about this one?
I heard, just that you posted it, the immersive Star Wars hotel is shutting down.
Yeah, so
it's a little pricey, I guess.
Yeah, so okay. This is the deal. In Florida, like years ago, they announced, I don't know if they built this thing from scratch or took an existing hotel and they themed it as Star Wars. And like once you get bussed in, you kind of like go in through like the little entrance area. Mm-hmm. Once you're inside, there's no windows. All the windows were like monitors that show space. You're like in a space cruiser. They even give you like robes to wear, like little Jedis and shit. And it's like a full on immersive thing. And I think they'll like on day 1 or 2, they'll shuttle you into the park and like drop you off into directly. What is it called? The Star Wars land in Disney World. So you get like the full on immersive experience. And it sounded kind of like a cool idea. It's called like the Star Cruiser, and it's been around for, I think, a year at this point where it's been open. They've been working on it for a long time. And they announced this week that they're going to close it. And one of the big reasons they cited was fucking the price was pretty nuts, man. It was, do you know how much it is? Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Per person, $1,200 per day. And
what?
And it gets better than that. Like if you and your spouse, that's $2,400 per night you pay to get one room, like one shared bed. And it's not like the kind of rooms are a little smaller, and you get like a sleeping pod kind of thing, and it looks kind of like $2,400. So if you go for 2 days, it's like 5 G's for 2 days at this hotel, which could be absolutely a unique thing. But for 5 G's, dude,
a unique way to get screwed out of $5,000. That's how it is.
And like, imagine if you're a family, that's 10 G's for like 2 days. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow right there. Very unique, but I mean, who's gonna have that? I mean, there are people out there that have that money, but there's not that many people. I think they kind of like, all those people already went, or like, okay, we're good. And a year later, they're like, oh. Like, no one's coming. Like, no shit. 10 grand.
So they'd rather not lower prices and just fucking.
That's a good.
Shut it down.
I guess so. Like,
it cuts too much into the profits. Like, they're not making money off other shit.
I don't know. I didn't look into it that much, but the idea, like, I wonder if they can turn it into a regular hotel, or they're just going to turn it into like, they're going to level it. I have no idea. But I mean, they spent like hundreds of millions of dollars probably designing, building, you know what I mean? And now they're just like gone. And dude, 10 G's for 2 days of a family going to hang out in Disneyland. Like,
crazy.
Dude, you can spend 10 G's going to like Paris for like, I don't know, 2 weeks and live like kings. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. That's pretty wild. Boy, yeah. What are your thoughts? Are you upset that you didn't book your room?
You know what? The price definitely is like, it prices me out. But as far as the Disney and Star Wars, last year we went to Disneyland, and we went to the Star Wars little area. And then as soon as you walk into that, dude, it's like, holy shit, am I on one of these planets? Like, you're like, like, it's really immersive, and you kind of feel like you're there in a way. And then the one ride is super immersive, and you're like, holy shit, it was worth it. It was worth it, whatever that was. And they have 2 rides over there right now, and they're both pretty cool. But one of them is like super, like, you know, it kind of changes your point of view of like, oh, this is what a ride should be. And so much so that my 7-year-old, we took her for her 6th birthday. She's 7 now. And like at least every other week she brings it up. Like, Dad, when are we going to go to Disneyland and Star Wars again? And she loved it, man. She loved it. She loved it. She wants, I want the long one. And then the other one, she was this pilot. She got to pilot the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. And she liked both of them, but yeah, she definitely talks about it every other week.
It's super immersive. Like, when you're in line for the freaking Smugglers Run is the pilot one. It's a fun ride. I mean, it's a fun line. And I remember the first time they did something like that was Indiana Jones. I remember getting in line for that, and you're going through all these caverns, you're waiting. Like, dude, that is such a fun wait. Even though it's not like, there's not a lot happening, just being in that environment with other people is like really cool. Yeah. And the lines for this one were fucking awesome too. And then we got on the ride, and I guess they're like 6 years old. These nephews were the pilots, and we were sideways the entire time, running into walls. Didn't hit a thing, but it was still pretty fun.
Did you do the other ride?
No, it wasn't open when we went there. Like they were still under construction. And then the pandemic hit right when they were about to open. So I was like, oh. Anyways, but that's pretty wild. 10 grand for 2 days. You should do it.
No thanks. I'm good.
But yeah, that was pretty wild. All right, we got one more piece of news for you. I just added it, and you can tell the viewers about this this fun one.
All right. Sony Pictures has reportedly picked up the North American rights to the upcoming Paddington in Peru, the cocaine distributor.
There you go, dude. It's official. Sony's releasing it.
Straight to video or what? Straight to streamer?
Dude, straight into your eyeballs. I asked them to put it straight into your heart, but apparently they said you don't have one. So like, all right, shit.
Did you market it with Dove or some sort of soap because he looks like a washcloth. So he can fucking take a bath. Oh, dirty bear, Sucio bear. Fucking Sucio bear.
There you go, dude. Still on its way.
Oh my God, dude. I just wonder if he's gonna have an accent. And I'm like, hey, that's appropriation, fucking bear. You were British. Like fucking last movie, now you're Peruvian bear? What the
fuck? We'll find out when it comes out, son.
Oh man. I'm so ready to talk shit about it.
I'm so ready to talk shit back too. But
oh my God.
We got some time.
We're like, actually, this film
just wait till the trailer drops, man. Me and you are gonna be
we're
gonna be going at it, son.
Are you gonna watch the trailer and be like, actually, I'm just in. I'm gonna wait and I'm just in till it comes out. So I don't need to do a trailer for Paddington in Peru.
I'm gonna drink some tea. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, go fuck yourself. Let's go on to the next segment.
Oh yeah. No, real quick. Let's talk about something that kind of blew our brains a little bit.
Okay. What is this?
Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yes.
For the video game.
Yes.
Like I'm not a gamer at all.
Mm-hmm.
But as a kid, of course I played Mortal Kombat when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And through some of the different iterations of it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, they're going all out on this one. Dude. I was like blown away.
Dude, the quality and the cinematic nature of it, followed by like the graphic, insane violence. I'm like, damn. It's a story trailer. And it's very cinematic, and it's like a cutscene from a video game. But I mean, fuck. I played at least half the Mortal Kombat's. I remember growing up playing a bunch. And as an adult, like PlayStation's like 4 or 5, whatever. The last couple were like, I still have them. They're awesome. Like, I love just get in there for like 10 minutes and just beat the crap out of some creatures. It's fun. And the graphics and the gameplay is so smooth and creative. And I even have the version of Mortal Kombat where I get to play the Predator or as an alien or Jason. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. It's just ridiculous fun. It's just fun. It's graphically violent. Parents out there.
Super.
But
like, imagine being in the writer's room for that or whatever, and be like, all right, guys, so how are we going to finish this guy off? What could be a crazy way to, and then like some guys like in the back are like, ooh, I know. Let's fucking rip his skin off and just smash his head like as much as you can into the ground. His eyeballs pop through the skull. Everybody's like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Holy shit.
All right, who else got an idea? But before the skin, we fucking put it on fire. Then we dip his non-skin body in a vat of acid.
My goodness.
And then we show him the unrated director's cut of The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I love it.
Whoo! Oh man, this game looks awesome. I think it's coming out in September.
It looks awesome, right? I might like it. I don't fuck with it, but like I might mess around with it to see. I have to the thing about when you don't play video games and when finally you go play a video game.
Technology.
Well, not that, but like whoever's been playing it, they don't give you a pass. Nobody gives you a fucking pass. So you have to eat dick for like 50 times in a row. And they just like finish you. And that doesn't make me want to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? So I have to find somebody. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
we'll play each other because we'll both suck ass for the first
maybe. That'd be a good idea.
Maybe we'll look into that. That would be funny. Oh man, maybe we should do a segment on this thing where we just us talking shit for like 30 minutes, beating the crap out of each other like in the worst ways.
What button is that? Suck. Stop sweeping me, bitch.
Dude, that reminds me of an unnamed family member I know. You got really, really good at like Call of Duty. This is probably like 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less. And I tried playing them. And like I was like decent. I knew the controls. I knew how to run around. And I'd be like, I'd get like a rocket launcher and try to go track him down. And the dude would be hiding behind like a cardboard box with like a pocket knife, and he would just like blindly throw it and kill me because that's all he did for like fucking 2 years straight is play Call of Duty. And I stood no chance. And like, I think 20 minutes later, I was like sick of this fucking game because I like stood no chance. Like, it was, and then he would do the same thing to his kid. Like, hey, want to play? Sure. And fucking murders within 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. I mean, no pass. You know, you don't get a pass. You can't do nothing about it.
So I'm like, fuck this. Fuck you. I rage quit. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Where we are lagging here. We need to get on to some stuff that we watched because we watched a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, man. All right. Moving on to what we watched.
All right.
Man. Really quick. Fan favorite. I know everybody's excited to see this. And I watched it for you guys. White Man Can't Jump, the remake.
On Hulu.
Starring Jack Harlow. I got to say that it's not completely bad. But, I mean, why do you want... Like, I think this movie is not for us. It's not for the people that grew up watching the first one.
It's like a new generation.
Yeah. So they have their own. That's the only explanation because I really don't like. It was okay, but I really don't want anything to do with this. I just want Woody Harrelson, Rosie Perez, Wesley Snipes to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want. And this movie was, like I said, okay. It wasn't bad.
Okay. So I'm still on watching it, but okay.
Yeah.
It's on Hulu.
It's okay to watch, you know what I'm saying? So it's not horrible.
We started watching on Hulu third season of The Great, which we're not reviewing now. I still want to take more in. I want to watch the first episode and a half, but so far it's awesome.
Cool.
But
all right.
Continuing past
another thing that I watched, Succession, season 4, episode 9. There's only one left, guys, and I'm telling you, this thing is trying to take all the belts. The thing is trying to take all the championship belts. It's trying to take everybody down. It's trying to take Breaking Bad, fuck you. The Wire, fuck you.
Wow.
Sopranos, fuck you.
Wow.
Hey, I'm here. This is it. The big championship. And there's only one episode left.
Wow.
And, man, they've been landing everything. They've been landing on fucking, what are those called out there in the ocean? The aircraft carriers. They're landing on aircraft carriers. They're landing everywhere, man. They're just landing all the episodes.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
I know how much you love this because you'll be texting me about how much you love the show, knowing that I've never even fucking watched the show.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, and I'm just like, you motherfucker, like, you fucking just watch it.
You know what sucks is your enthusiasm is infectious, and I think we watched the second episode, and I think we're getting back into it slowly. So if it is that buildup that you're talking about, we're in for a fucking treat. And you're throwing down the holy sacred Breaking Bad. How dare you? How dare you?
No, Breaking Bad to me is my favorite of all time.
Man,
I'm not saying it's gonna beat it, but I'm saying
if it's in a category,
it's challenging it. It's challenging it.
That's big words. I like it. I like
that. And yeah. So look, got one more episode left, bro, and it's she's gonna go down. She's gonna go down. And if you haven't seen it, like the first season, I personally wasn't really like into it to like the 5th episode. But that for me was also Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. Like I stopped watching Game of Thrones and then I had to go back to watch Game of Thrones to get into Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So, you know, half a season, six episodes. But anyways, yeah, man, Succession, one more left. And they're trying to do that thing.
That's cool. Here's a side note to that. I figured this would be a nice little segue to talk about this for 1 second. Dude, within like a 2-week period, there's like 4 or 5 series that are over. And like, I don't remember a time when like I'd call it 4 or 5 hitters, huge hitters of shows are all ending within 2 weeks. And I'm talking about like Succession's going to end. Barry has one more episode. We'll get into that hopefully soon enough. We got Marvelous Miss Maisel, which this season is hitting. This is a great season.
Good season?
Yeah. And we also have Ted Lasso, very likely ending. They're not saying 100%, but they're being coy. We'll see. Yeah. But very likely, at least in its current form, is ending. Like, dude, those are 3 big hitters that are like, done. Like, holy shit. And that was the thing. I can't recall the last time shows that we're enthusiastic about have all ended like their entire run within like a week or two of each other. But we got like cool shit like The Bear just around the corner. I'm like, ooh, where we go again?
Yeah.
Dude, we're hitting like almost the halfway point of the year. We got to like start picking up like our tops of the year so far. It's been a banging year.
Yeah.
But all right, man, with enough rambling, we got some stuff to talk about. We got some spoilers to get into. All three are gonna be spoilers. So fire we go.
All right, first up, Air. Directed by Ben Affleck, Ben Affleck, and Matt Damon.
I would say it stars Matt Damon, co-stars Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
But I think Affleck directed it.
Yeah, and they co-wrote it with somebody else, I think.
Yeah, they did. And so we're getting into spoilers. So I'm just going to start the timer now because that's how I want to talk about this film. If you want to fast forward about spoilers, it's about 9 minutes of us rambling about spoilers, but there's not that much to spoil. But go for it. Here come the spoilers, dude. Fire away. Give your thoughts. I got a bunch of notes here, so fire away.
All right. For me, the movie was great, but there was like a little sprinkling of magic missing.
Yes.
You know,
I think I know what it is. I wrote it down, but go ahead.
For me, I think it was we didn't have enough connection between the players and the people that were selling the shoes.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was missing for me. You know what I'm saying? Because like, the shoe and this, like I think my favorite parts was with Chris Tucker, and whenever he was on the screen, Chris Tucker killed it. And my next favorite part was when they got to design the shoe and there was with the guy. Mm-hmm. I fucking love that shit. That was like my geek out moment of and he was like taking it in and stuff and everything. And I like remember at the end of the movie, they showed a little bit of like, oh, where he's at now. Mm-hmm. I wish they would have done that more with like more players and be like, oh, the first time I saw the Jordan or the first time I saw the shoe or something like that, like testimonials almost. I think that would have added a little bit to the film because it wasn't even a long film. It was only like an hour and a half, I think, an hour and 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then another thing that was kind of like, at first it was really cool, but then it kind of took me a little bit out of it was the constant needle drops. There was like song after song after song, which is cool sometimes.
And sometimes repetitive. I think they played one of the songs like 3 times.
Yeah, I didn't catch that, but I know that I was like, oh, I know that song. I know that song. I know that song. And then I was like, man, like we just get like an orchestra, like a nice little build up, like a nice little score going up here, you know, build some tension, you know, between like them in the meetings and also like I like the guy that played the agent. He was good. Mm-hmm. You know, so
he's a good actor. He's always like a supporting guy, and he always comes in and does a really good job.
Yeah. So the acting was top notch. The writing was good. It was like a little bit missing, and a little magic. That was it. I give it like a B+.
Mm-hmm. It was a solid thing, and ever since it was teased, the idea was teased in the first season of Winning Time, I really was like, oh, I'm curious about this, and then they announced like right around the time that they're making this film based on that little idea. I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be cool. Yeah. I like the film. I would give it more of a B-ish, solid B. I think the big takeaway for me is lots of missed opportunities. And I'll start in the middle of my notes because I agree with you. I think some of the more interesting things, like the shoe design, that shit was interesting. Like that was like, I want to know more, like this creative magic that happened. And they skipped over that in like minutes. And I'm like, dude, like this guy is interesting. This guy's a legend. Like, let's dig into him. Let's see more of the shoe design stuff. Like this shit's iconic. You don't just kind of skip over that. And like the other job, like the marketing people, like they do really interesting shit and how they get their thing done, but they didn't go into that. And I think the Matt Damon character, I found to be kind of one of the least interesting characters of all the characters. Like even like Phil Knight was an interesting character. Matt Damon was very like mellow. He was a mellow character in a really interesting situation. And so it was a little like that magic was kind of lacking. And I think, and then the other thing that I have on my list, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck together, that kind of already brings like a thing. Like you already have an expectation. You already kind of like, they're joined at the hip. So when you see them together, it's kind of like, it's almost like it's just them two. they did a good job physically making them different, but it just felt like a little like I kind of want to see a movie where Ben Affleck actually plays the Matt Damon character and someone else older plays the Phil Knight character. I think that'd be a little bit more possible magical. I don't know. Yeah. Like it was like a little too much. And then I have like a nerd note after this, but the other thing was like they didn't give like the stakes. Like they never explained like if they didn't get Michael Jordan, are they out of business? No. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why?
I think they did.
Nike was
doing like,
well.
Oh, we're out of the, we're just going to stick to the running.
Yeah.
So then we're out of the basketball.
But the company itself would have been fine. That's the thing. So I'm kind of like, what's the, like, it should, and it felt kind of weird when the guy was like, we only have 250,000. We can, like, we don't have the, then they immediately say, oh, but we made $1 billion or we sold $1 billion worth of shit. I'm like, wait a minute. You're complaining about 250,000 when your company brings in like $1 billion. You know what I mean? Like that those stakes didn't quite add up to me. I'm like, why would you do that? And then all of a sudden, like, they make a big deal out of like the money, but then immediately Phil Knight's like, that's fine. I'll just talk to the investors or the board. Like this mysterious board that's always upset that he always has to talk to. It's like that kind of happened too many times. And it's like, why would you mention? You know what I mean? It just didn't quite add up like that. I never felt like there was danger or someone's going to get in trouble. But so there was that. Like I like it. It would have felt a little bit more like my daughter needs new braces and I have to get this job. I don't know, something. So I thought that was kind of cool or missing. And then the other thing here's the nerd news, man. Here's like the super deep cut. This film was the cinematographer was Robert Richardson, and I didn't know that going in. I saw his name in the trailer and I was like, holy shit, this is the DP. So it's going to be a gorgeous looking film. Do you know who Robert Richardson is? Like what films he shot?
No.
This dude, he shot a little film called Kill Bill, a little film called Django Unchained, a little film called Inglourious Bastards, a little film called Casino, you know where I'm getting at here? This dude does Scorsese stuff, Tarantino stuff. His shit is always gorgeous. So when I saw his name in the trailer or the credits, I was like, oh shit, we are in for a visual treat. And then I didn't really think that was much of a visual treat in the film. I was a little disappointed. Like I think it could have looked a little bit better. Like there could have been more something, you know, like he brings a lot of something, especially it's like the Tarantino stuff, like the period piece stuff. It has like texture. This one didn't have that much. It didn't pop like the way I was expecting this to pop, because this is kind of like a surreal story. Like give me some surreal imagery. And it's almost too grounded. And I didn't really like the visual, how they handled it. It was too grounded. But overall, again, solid B. It's a cool, great story. I think missed opportunities. That was my thing.
And then knowing the story before this, there's a 30 for 30 about Sonny, the guy, Soul Man.
No.
It's called Soul Man.
No shit.
It's called Soul Man. Yeah, it's a 30 for 30. There's a documentary about the shoe unbanned, because they talk about how it was, about the fines and all that shit. He couldn't wear it and blah, blah, blah.
That was interesting. That should have gone further into that.
So
that's a big deal.
All this other stuff has been covered already. So I don't know if it's like repetitive at this point. The one thing is so I brought up the Soul Man and that 30 for 30 because at least they gave Ben Affleck curly hair, but the guy Sonny looks nothing like like Matt Damon. So it's almost like, I know sometimes it doesn't matter, but sometimes you want to get a little close.
Yeah.
A little bit. And it's like not at all. Like Sonny's like some Italian guy with a big nose and Matt Damon is Matt Damon,
Yeah. They gave him a little belly.
Yeah, that's it. But
yeah, Air on Prime.
Yeah,
solid B.
Worth checking out. Yeah,
for sure. And it's cool. I was looking forward to it. And
it didn't let down. It had the potential to be an all-time great sports movie.
Yes, exactly. But solid film. All right. Yeah.
All right. Next up, AntMan 3.
Yes.
AntMan Wasp Quantumania
on Disney Plus. It just came out a couple days ago, and I finally got to watch it. You already watched it.
Yeah.
You watched it in theaters.
Yes.
And
I didn't like it.
And I think you said that you were okay with it. Remind us.
I was okay, but I was like, it's my least favorite Ant-Man movie.
Okay.
And I didn't like it. It was a little too detached from reality where like I didn't really give a shit because everything looked the same.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like, we're going straight into spoilers?
Yes, we are going to spoilers. So, all right, listeners, fast forward 7 minutes to avoid us rambling about Ant-Man spoilers. Not that much to spoil though, but there you go. All right, dude, we're in spoiler land. Fire away.
Okay, so like there was just like at some point, like everything was like the same color but different colors,
Mm-hmm.
and they just fuck with their eyes and stuff, and then some things just didn't matter. Like Bill Murray being in it didn't matter. Like the final battle, it was really anticlimactic, like between the civilizations or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not the battle between Kang and Ant-Man. That was pretty cool, I guess. But so my big takeaway is like some of us didn't really matter, So it was kind of a letdown that way, and yeah, my least favorite Ant-Man, and I only laughed like at the dick joke. You don't have to be such a dick all the time.
Oh yeah,
Like
I am a
yeah,
dick.
yeah. So that was the only like really funny moment for me, like that whole dick bit. And even Zenaida knows it, so it's like, oh my god, she said like the dick part. That I'm like, oh shit, that fail. But but yeah.
Good
Oh
job.
my god, yeah. That's all I got.
Cool. So based on everyone's assessment, and yeah, everything you said is pretty much right on, spot on. But overall, I liked it. I was surprised that I had like a good
You
enough time.
fucking asshole.
I
You
can't
won't watch
believe.
Succession, but you fucking like this. And the fucking Peruvian nightmare, Paddington. Get
Oh,
out of here, bro.
oh,
Oh my god.
I enjoyed
Your
the
taste
film.
is all over the place. Good for
Now,
you.
and I know I'm alone because Christina was watching like maybe 20 minutes in. She tapped out and she's like, I'm just going to go work in the other room
Dang.
on this something else. And she likes like the Ant-Man films and Paul Rudd a lot. And
Yeah.
she was like,
Kang was good, right? Kang?
he was very good. His performance was like, it was not by the numbers. It was interesting and fun and like layered. And I was like, okay, this is cool.
It was almost like he was in a different movie.
Yeah.
Because he was like, all right, it's my time to shine.
And like the director was like, hey, this is a Marvel film, bro. Just say the lines.
Hey,
we're in or
pace
out
yourself, bro. You're going to be doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, he brought it though, man. He was good. Visually way too much. Like the visual effects were way too many. Like it needed more time to just sit and people just to like talk or interact like human like characters. It was just like too bang boom bang. Like what is happening here? And with that much, like the quality kind of fell off in some other areas. I'm like, this is not awesome.
And even some of the designs of the weird characters that were friends, either they weren't weird enough or whatever because they're not really memorable. Like I don't remember really any of them. I think one of them, like you could punch and like you get stuck in him. He's like made out of Jello or something.
Yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah,
that guy was funny.
Yeah, but like there's not too. I don't remember anybody else, and there was like a group of them.
Yeah, it was too much. It was like everything. It was too noisy. It was so noisy. Everything kind of just fell off. That was a problem with a lot of it. Some of the designs were cool, but they didn't they didn't stay on them long enough for them to kind of like develop and to sit. And you were just like, next. And they spent like all this money and they moved forward. And then like the quality of stuff was not that good in certain areas. This movie was not as funny as the other two. Like it should be funny and lighthearted, and this was not really that. Wasn't any of that.
No funny.
So they kind of.
What is the funny? I need the funny.
Yeah.
That was the thing that people were talking about. Where's like, where's my guy, Luis?
What was his name?
We needed Luis.
And the problem with this one, it was within minutes of the movie starting, they're in the fucking quantum realm, and that was it. It was like they weren't grounded on Earth. You know what I mean? Like they should have. If somehow they had Luis like microphoning in or anything, that would have been fucking hilarious. But they didn't do any of that. I think a lot of fill opportunities. I didn't say I love the film. I don't think I'll watch it again anytime soon. But it was like maybe because my expectations were rock bottom, I was like, all right, that was good enough.
Maybe.
There was like that one part. Oh my god, I was like, there are two laughs: the dick line and the line where he's like dying. He's like, yeah, but I'm dying an Avenger.
Oh yeah,
he's like,
I like
yeah, you're in. He
dies. Yeah. Like that guy really criticized, you know, how I mean, he didn't look like the best, but I mean, that's how he looks in the comics. You know, he's like a big head with little hands, and you know what I'm saying. Whatever.
I didn't like that shit. I thought it looked terrible.
Yeah,
like, there's some angles. Some angles were okay, but it's like they just got his head and stretched it out. It didn't integrate well. The integration of it did not work. It was just like, what the? Is this like a student project? Like the idea is there.
No, that's what I meant. Like the idea of it.
Oh no, the idea was fine, but the execution of it, I was like, I felt uncomfortable. I was like, what am I looking at here? Like,
like they did that shit with a phone. Like, just like they stretched it out.
Exactly.
It looked like the fishbowl effect on it.
It looked like they did that, and like, they just like got some filter from someone's phone to do the effect for this character.
And it looked like they just cut his face here, and it cut his right here instead of like making the whole face.
It didn't look right at all. But it's fun. Like, you got little baby legs. Shut up, I got baby legs. I do have baby legs. But all right. So that's my overall thing. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I was gonna. Thought Kang was cool. Will Jonathan Majors reappear at some point? We'll see. And then I hated the end where like there's a giant battle and all of a sudden like the ants just show up and okay, we won the battle. I'm like, that's it? You know what I mean? Like, that was kind of strange. There's a lot of like convenient shit. Too much convenient shit. Like, they should have earned some stuff a little bit more, but it was on Disney Plus for free. I overall enjoyed it more than I thought I was gonna, but there's a whole bunch of cool shit coming. So moving on to that. But yeah, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
And here's some fine side note. What's his name? Bill Pope, cinematographer, who shot all the other Ant-Mans. This dude also shot the Matrix films. This dude is OG legit. So it looked mostly pretty good, like when it was photograph stuff. All right, take it away.
All right, moving on. We got Dungeons and Dragons. Just came up on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, and I got Paramount Plus for
there you go.
The first free week. We'll see if I get past the week because I'm not seeing a lot of stuff in their stock, but I'm gonna rely on you to tell me.
Dude, this Paramount Plus is dope. You just gotta open it.
Yeah, I gotta dig.
You got all the Sheridan-verse in there, man.
I gotta. Wait, is Yellowstone in there?
No,
because I didn't see it, and I'm pretty sure you told me that they fucked that one up and sold it off.
But now that all the spinoffs are on there, watch that Jeremy Renner show. You'll like that.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Anyways,
Dungeons and Dragons.
I remember last year when the trailer came out during the Comic-Con, which is a little more. It's like 10 months ago. The trailer came out. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie?
With a perfect song.
And the trailer was awesome. And I'm like, what? And then it came out recently, and then you watched it, and then I watched it, and all right, what are your thoughts? Wait, we're gonna go full spoilers. So spoilers for Dungeons and Dragons out now. Listeners, fast forward 8 minutes. We're around for about 8 minutes on Dungeons and Dragons. If you want to listen to this fucking other guy have a terrible opinion, listen. All right, man. Spoil away. What were your thoughts? Dungeons and Dragons.
It was okay. There's some things that I liked. Well, the things that I liked was all the action stuff. The story was kind of like really basic, and I don't know, man. I don't know. It didn't like get me, to be like invested in it. But I liked all the battle stuff, and I liked all the special effects. I liked a lot of it. Looked really, really cool. I like when the guy from the Netflix show showed up, the really handsome guy that was like badass at everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
And super literal. He was very literal.
Yeah. So I think him and Chris Pine played off well of each other, their characters. And and I love, there's some crazy shots in there that I was like, wow, that looked really fucking cool. And then there's some things where I'm like, I felt a little bit distracted, or like it didn't, like I wasn't invested, or like part of the time I'm like, I'm gonna reach for my phone, and then I'm like, no, and then so like if it's good, I usually just don't even bother with my phone. So when it's like a struggle, I'm like, oh man, this movie's not that good, or doesn't have me like normal. But yeah, I like the dragon fight with the big fat dragon. That was cool. Yeah, man, I liked a lot of it. You?
I liked almost all of it except for the first maybe 10, 15 minutes. It took a while to get going, but once it started to get going, I was in. There was no phones for us here, pal. Fucking, I should not be surprised, man. This movie, it was fun and interesting where it needed to be. And the dude who talked shit about Paddington, this is not for him. This is people who have like hearts and humor, So this movie, I thought was pretty damn good. It could have been a little bit better. It was generic here and there, but man, there were many, here and there. But overall, like the amount of like thought that they put into like this item and how to get from this place to that place, like using the fucking portal spear, and then like
all that stuff. The special effects were dope.
Like there was so many clever like solutions, and like and it went into places you didn't expect, and like there was some humor that I was like, I knew it was gonna be funny because these dudes did Game Night. Like it's unexpectedly funny, but there is some shit like the cemetery scene is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
To all the people. Like there's so many little things this way that's kept adding up and working. Yeah. Hugh Grant, I'm a little 50-50. I like it when he plays weird characters. And so I'm like a little like, could he have played it differently? I don't know. Like he was almost too Hugh Grant-y, but he had some really funny lines.
And like bro, like it was like, of course he's not like the Red Witch is the bad guy. I'm like, that's like from the first scene. Yeah. So you're like, they're hiding it, but like not really. I'm like, that's super predictable.
But man, like, and some of the ideas, like the time bubble thing getting stuck in the jail thing, and that portal scene with the chase with the cart, I was like, holy shit, how are they doing? Like, there's so many clever little ideas like in the whole film. I was like, it was just really cool. Like, this is
all the action stuff. All the action stuff was good. The story was fucking basic.
The story was kind of basic. It just needed to go from A to B to C. Yeah. But along the way, it was a hell of a fucking journey. The fight scenes were all fantastic. There was no throwaway generic stuff. The dragon, I was laughing so hard. I even stopped it. And I was like, oh my God, they're doing a pudgy dragon. Yeah. Because we've never seen that. And then like when I hit play, and then one of the characters goes, that's a pudgy dragon. And Christina started dying. He's like, I can't believe you called that.
Why are you pausing the movie?
Because I was laughing my ass
off. See, like now you're worried about me getting on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna give myself time to fucking process everything. No, you just gotta keep going. Keep going.
Sometimes I gotta comment on shit and I gotta catch my fucking breath because I'm laughing. So I hit pause because like, holy shit, this movie is a fucking catch your breath thing with some fucking jokes, man. But anyways, yes, the pause button is powerful, asshole. Mr. Phone Man.
When it's not captivating.
That shit was captivating.
You turn shit off. What are you talking about, Mr. Phone Man? You quit all the time.
I won't quit if it sucks. I fucking had to pause to laugh my ass off because that shit is successful pause button. When you're successful, you get paused, not fucking stopped.
I think we're saying the same thing, but you're offended that I don't like some things. You don't like some things too. You just agreed with me about the story being basic. Mm-hmm. And that's what I said. And I said I liked all the action stuff and it looked amazing. We're saying the same thing, but you're mad at me for some reason.
Because you have no heart. You're like, this movie's okay. I'm like, this movie's better than okay. I'm going to give this movie a solid B+. What are you giving it?
B-.
All right. We'll split the difference.
You're making it sound like I'm fucking calling it, fucking Schindler's List or some shit. I don't know. You're making a Schindler's List and you think I'm calling it fucking, I don't know, Daredevil or something. I don't know, man. Something horrible.
Anyway,
I'm not. I thought it was okay. I wanted, but there's a difference between when the movie just fucking kicks ass the whole way through, and this movie did not do that.
No, it could have been more. The
set pieces were amazing.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
The jokes were fucking landing there.
What was the girl's name with that transformed? Her escape scene from being a mouse to this. That was amazing.
Oh, that scene was awesome.
Yeah, man. Hey, we're saying the same thing, bro.
Okay. Maybe I was a little harsh.
Hey, calmate. Hey, too much chorizo in your fucking lunch, dog. Your chorizo makes you sensitive, eh?
I get defensive. I got a little defensive there with your ass.
Yeah, because I'm right and you're wrong.
Anyway,
like all the time.
This movie's a fucking rewatch for us. We're definitely. This movie's a rewatch.
Yeah.
You know what's good? Christina was super into it. Like she was like, "This movie's great. This movie's hilarious. Like this is what we needed."
Because she's into it. It's super good. You're saying that, so.
And me and her are both into something. That's a pretty good thing. Because she hated Ant-Man. She
wow. We talk about self-absorbed. Oh, because we like it. It's good.
I'm saying when two of us who have different things come together on something that's like not all the time.
Look, oh yeah, you guys are the fucking good taste twins, and you become one good taste to rule all the good taste. The fuck out of here. Oh, because she likes it. Get the fuck out of here. Choose your words, bro.
That fucking feels awesome. Anyways,
moving on to Mr. over here, the fucking good taste police.
Are we quite done?
I'm good. Bro, we said the same thing.
All right.
And then you owned all of it, all the good taste. I guess you're the good taste owner.
Good taste owner. I got a cup of good taste over here. Num num num. None for you. Moving on.
All right, moving on. New to the list. We add a couple things. We got a TV show, Platonic, on Apple Plus, May 24th, starring Seth Rogen and Byrne. What's her name? First name?
Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne. Yeah, good job. Looks good. Looks funny. Looks heartwarming.
Yeah.
Looks like it has potential to be like crude and sweet.
And heartwarming. And yeah, they worked together before, those two.
Yeah, they have good chemistry.
I think it'll be like unexpectedly. And she's funny, man. She's been in some stuff where she's been unexpectedly funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds good.
And what's the other one you got?
The other one I got, Fubar. Sorry, Arnold Schwarzenegger on Netflix, May 25th.
Yeah, it's coming in a couple days.
I just hope they go for it. Like it's gonna be ridiculous, and I want them to own it, and just so we can be comfortable in that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be over the top. I'm cool with it if they own it. You know what I'm saying? And not taking themselves too serious. Like don't try to give me a serious show.
Did you ever watch Jean-Claude Van Johnson on Prime?
Oh, I never watched it.
That shit was hilarious. Like, it's like shockingly good. And that's Jean-Claude Van Damme playing himself, who's actually playing a spy that's actually undercover during movie. It's a farce. It's satirical. He's making fun of himself the entire time. He's making fun of like making movies the entire time. Like that shit is funny. Like it's legit. Like it was good. And I wonder if it's gonna be along those lines or. There's no way he can do like a serious action thing anymore. I think he needs to figure out where he's currently at as he's like 90 years old now.
Yeah. And some of the co-stars he has are stand-up comedians, so they're leaning into the funny. So
yeah. So fingers crossed that he knows like he stays in his current lane, which could be good. He has some comic timing, so we'll see how that shit goes. And he's got a whole history to play with. So that's mind that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fingers crossed.
Yep. Next up, we got our world famous double feature.
Dun dun dun.
And since we were deep dived into the fantasy world this week, we decided to go with a fantasy film.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You want me to go? You go.
You can go.
Okay. Ooh, I got 2 Oscar winners. I don't know what to do.
Oscar winning fantasy films?
Yeah, man.
We can tell me your second pick afterwards.
All right. So I'm gonna go with Two Towers.
Okay.
Fucking love that movie. That movie is just, it's 3 hours long, but it doesn't feel it, man. It just boom, 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 boom. It's my favorite Lord of the Rings film, and it just goes, man, and I love it, and it's perfect. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and I would recommend the regular one versus the director's cut. The director's cut's good, but I mean the regular one is so like the pacing is better, and it just goes, and you're like, jeez, and like they have a giant battle is so dope, and it's nice because it's like focused. It's not like Return of the King where there's like too many battles happening at the same time. It's just like you're just focused, on the one crazy siege, and like this is cool.
Yeah, that's what I got, man.
All right.
It's on HBO Max right now.
Check it out. And my pick is more of a lighthearted one, which is actually, I'm halfway done reading the book, is Stardust, which is a lighter-hearted, fun fantasy film from Neil Gaiman and starring a young Charlie Cox, Mr. Daredevil himself, and Claire Danes. And it's just a light, fun, totally enjoyable, big fantasy, slightly grounded with human characters here and there film. And I think when it came out, it didn't do that great. But over time, I think it found an audience. And I think it's Matthew Vaughn who directed it, his biggest film at the time. He's gone on to direct a couple of like X-Men First Class, Kick-Ass. He's done a bunch of crazy stuff. Like that dude, that dude's very successful. And this is like his first big budget film. He got started with Guy Ritchie, and a lot of the Guy Ritchie people are in this movie. You'll notice, so it's kind of fun. Very cheeky. Robert De Niro plays like a fucking lightning sky pirate, which is like what? And then he's got a whole side story that's fucking hilarious. Like it's just a very lighthearted, fun, swashbuckling romp, and that's kind of like what Dungeons and Dragons is. So I was trying to get like more of that lighthearted, fun stuff going. So Stardust. It was on Netflix for like forever. I assume it might still be there, but if you haven't seen Stardust, folks, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Really cool effects too. Really cool cast. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I like it. I've watched it, and I was surprised because I didn't think I was gonna like it. From watching the trailer, I'm like, because it kind of gives that little like a little too whimsical children movie kind of thing, but it's not.
No.
But once you get past that, I mean, it's a solid movie.
It's like a balance of tones because it could be like a fairy tale, but then it gets dark and you're like, jeez. And then you're like people murdering each other in cold blood. You're like, oh shit, it's not for kids, maybe. But then it goes a little bit dark, lighter, harder fantasy into like these guys, their job is to capture lightning. You're like, what? And it's kind of like those wild shit. And you're just like, this is just really fun. It just moves and it's like an enjoyable adventure.
And I think it's a hard sell sometimes because of like maybe how the characters look and stuff. They look like they came out of a Shakespeare kind of play and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
And so like it's a hard sell for people to be like, oh, you know, they don't know what it is. You know, that's not like, you know, existing IP that people know. And so it's kind of a hard sell. And like, you just have to trust it. And it's good. I like the movie.
When I first showed Christina, she was like, what is this? And then it took her maybe 20, 30 minutes before she really started to get into it. Yeah. She was like, okay. And then like maybe 20, 30 minutes after that, she was like fully like, we got to watch this again. Like it's one of those films. And it's really just fun. Yeah. And there's some really clever stuff that happens throughout the film. But that's all I got to say, man. Those are two cool fantasy picks. All right, man. What's your second pick? Because it's 2 Oscar award-winning films. I hope it's not one of the other Lord of the Rings, because that would be too easy.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Ooh, that's like a fantasy. That's dark. That is not a happy one. But yeah.
It's fantasy, bitch.
Yeah. Fantasy horror.
Yeah, it was good. Just the design alone and all that. It's a powerful film.
So that's a rough one.
You know, and shout out to Guillermo del Toro. He had a recent birthday. Like last week, I think it was his birthday.
Oh,
he turned 50.
I thought he was older than that.
Okay. Maybe I read it wrong.
Maybe. I don't know. That's crazy if he's not that 50. He looks a little older to me. But that's, maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Moving on. I think that's it. You got any other hot takes? Any more hot tamales? Any more chorizo you want to get out your mouth-o? Huh? You good?
Gonna get back into The Great. That's been enjoyable. Yeah. Oh, I started watching Scream. the one from 2022 because I want to watch the new one. So he told me to watch the old one. So I'm like halfway through there. It's enjoyable. Like it's like they're setting up. There's a lot of moving parts, and I'm like, okay, they're doing the old switcheroo. Like, okay, who's the bad guy? Who's That's the only reason I'm watching him. Like, who's gonna get killed and who did it? You know what I mean? That's like the only thing.
Yeah.
Like, can I figure it out? And I never can. But yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Yeah. Exciting times coming ahead. Lots of good shit ending, and we got more stuff to come up.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave comments or recommendations. Are we missing anything? Shout out. I watched a couple episodes of Jury Duty. It show's funny. It's on Freebie. It's on Prime. It's like a free channel on Prime. And also I watched a few episodes of Primo, created by Shea Serrano. I really love that show. Check it out. Primo.
What's
on Freebie.
Okay. Huh? Okay, Freebie.
Freebie, yeah. Check it out. A couple of comedies, light comedies. All right. Thank you again. I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. That's our show. 2 Nerds, 1 Pot. Let's go. Vámonos. Put it on the list.